cross-promote.
This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
There's a thin line between heroism and madness.
Here the line fades to nothing at all. This is a world of Capes and Lunatics.
And nothing is off limits.
Today, we're back. It's me, Phil, along with Lilith Hellfire, the most dangerous woman in podcasting, or she who breaks Tinder. Charlie Esser, he who stops Wi-Fi hubs in a single bound.
They're actually sending us a new one. Hopefully FedEx won't lose this one. FedEx is awful. We hate them.
Or UPS.
And on that note, let's start the show. Capes and Lunatics starts right now. What a mess.
Per usual, it's Saturday.
I mean, honestly. You know, Philip, we actually have no idea what you're planning when you start these things. We don't know.
I don't. How am I supposed to tell you?
Are we supposed to be, like, making comments in the morning at the start of this? Are we supposed to wait for the music to start? You have no structure, Phil. You have no structure.
It's Capes. Why would we have structure? We fly by the seat of our pants here. That's the charm.
I have a list.
A loose list.
Yes. You don't fly by the seat of your pants. That's how you get a wedgie.
List. Let's not talk about your dating.
Some people are into that. Don't judge.
Whoa!
Fair enough. Anywho. Gotta wait for the music to end. Then we'll talk about Lilith's best day ever.
Whoa. Whoa, but you know what today is, everyone? When we're recording this anyway.
It's the 15th.
Happy Batman Day.
What?
Happy
it's Batman Day.
Yeah.
Did Batman prepare on the...
Is it Happy Batman and Harley Quinn Batman Day?
No, it's just Batman Day this year. They didn't milk it.
Yeah, but last time it was Batman and Harley, remember?
I know. I think they heard the uproar and said, no, let's just make it Batman Day again.
Yeah.
Oh, Lilith, did you see what they have the balls to do? I guess DC put out something yesterday. They're like, oh, here comes... I don't know if it's out now.
Surprising.
I don't know if it's out now or coming soon, but they're like, oh, here, check out the... I don't know if it's just pictures or, like, behind-the-scenes stuff. They're like, here, check out the wedding album.
Of who?
Batman and Catwoman! Like,
but they didn't get married.
I know, check out their relationship. Yeah, well, that's what everyone online said. They're like, well, don't you need a wedding first? You...
Monsters.
You
DC
money-obsessed
can't read a
people.
room. I think that's one thing we can say. Is they read the room, DC. Read the room. Read Lilith Hellfire's face right now.
That's right.
Fight me, nerd.
God.
Anywho. So they're trying to are they selling the wedding album or
It's
just
been kind of a slow week, but interesting week.
Yeah, I think it's like, I don't know if it's like a big... I don't know if they have many details, but yeah, big people are like, the wedding didn't happen, so what are you going to do? Prepackage all the crap you put out saying, oh yeah, here's all the preludes and everything, and...
Of course.
Money grab.
It's what you do.
I know. Well, for DC, yeah.
Didn't they just release all these books? I mean, like, do you really need to bind it all up now and saying, here's...
It's a trade.
You didn't like it the first time you read it, and now you have the spoilers, so here, would you like to spend more for the trade now?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what's going to be in there, but, it's DC.
Well,
But
if you like
aren't they
me,
making the
if
money
you
on it?
buy any of them, this might be a deal for you.
Maybe.
I mean, I literally didn't buy anything for the Batman wedding because I didn't care. So
Yeah. But are you going to care more
maybe
now?
there are people like me out there.
Yeah, but here's what I'm going to say.
It'll be a collector's item later. So
But will it?
yeah, well, it's always stuff like that's always a collector's item. Trust me.
Yeah.
I think the Detective Comics
I don't know. I think I got
1000...
some tulips to sell you on that. I don't know.
I know my
Well-
people. I'm just saying.
But, they're going to milk Detective 1000 when that comes out, so...
It's going to be 1,000 variant covers.
I mean, look what they did for
You like
Action.
that Wolverine?
Oh, Lord. Return of Wolverine #1. 38 variants or something.
Jeez, now that is ridiculous. I'm sorry.
That seems to be the trend these days, though. Because what was it? Fantastic Four #1 had, like, what was it, 20-some maybe or something?
Yeah. But a lot of those, aren't those, like, store exclusive? So, like, some store basically says we're the only store that's going to have this cover.
I don't know.
And so it gets you to go to that brick and mortar store if it's a big enough brick and mortar store.
Well, some of them don't. The stores only get them if they order a certain amount too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you got to be a big enough store to make it worth Marvel's while. And then you get, but I remember, like, the last time I was looking there, and this is the, Top Cow exclusive, because, a lot of these old, some of the early indie comics started out as comic book stores, and then they just said, well, we'll make our own comic, There actually is a Top Cow comic book store somewhere, at least there was at some point, if I remember history correctly. And I usually don't.
Hungry, Phil. Stop.
Well, she's not vegan anymore, people.
Oh,
I was never vegan. I was paleo.
Yeah.
Breakfast was always vegan because you shouldn't really have heavy meats and trans fats for breakfast. My personal opinion.
I heard you like heavy
coffee
meats.
And whiskey are vegetables.
I don't eat beans either, so coffee's out for me. Anyway.
Although the cream is technically not vegan.
Anyway, am I the only one who checked out DC Universe?
Unimpressed.
You are impressed?
Unimpressed.
Oh, unimpressed. I don't know, it's pretty interesting. I mean, you could like punch in like a character name and it'll bring up shows, cartoons, comics.
Something that you could do back in the... It looks very dated for me, like as a person who like designs apps and like consults on user interfaces and stuff like that. So,
yeah, but I mean, don't they even admit it's like a work in progress? Like, I mean, I don't think
they rushed it.
I mean, I guess the real trial by fire will be when Titans comes out, because I mean, none of those original shows
I feel like their server's gonna crash. Like, I really feel like that.
Maybe.
It's like I just feel like if I like just looked at the back end, it'd just be like a precarious, but it's okay for DC. It's okay. I'll just say that.
But I mean, for like people who like want to learn stuff about the DC universe, like I mean, this would be perfect for Charlie, because I mean, there's so many comics on there so far, and like
that is the best thing about the service is their digital comic book collection.
Yeah. But do you want a service for people that don't read your books? I mean, it's like, it'd be great. Yeah, it should be great. If I wanted to learn more about DC and wanted to learn about a character who was an ambush bug, who I recently found out was actually like a straight up murdering villain in his first appearance. Crazy.
You just found that out?
Yeah, really?
That's why you loved him, like me.
No! That's why people like Deadpool. I just found it fascinating that look at that. Marvel actually stole something from DC for once. Fourth wall breaking, murdering character.
Well, not for once. It's a back and forth. We won't go there. We're trying to have a happy day, Charlie.
Oh, okay. Yes, and I did want. So, you not like want to talk about Affleck and Cavill getting the boot?
We can't. I mean, I'm happy. Like,
yeah,
for reasons that a lot of probably the public don't know. Like I kind of called it about Ben Affleck. I was like, yeah, he's dangerous to insure because he's constantly in rehab, and he's. Yeah, anyway, so I just saw that coming from a mile away, and I'm very happy about that. Like, I like him as a director, but he just doesn't need to act anymore. He's like Clint Eastwood. It's like, okay, you're kind of past your prime acting, just go ahead and go direct. I'll support you on that. I was never crazy about either of these choices. Yeah. So, Henry Cavill, I just never understood it, because mostly because I was like, really, do we need another British superhero? Do we really do? Do we need it? My choice for Superman has always been Matt Bomber, and I feel like they gloss him over because he's gay. So, I mean, if you know who Matt Bomber is, he's literally like perfect Superman. He can act, he can sing, he can dance, and he's got abs for days, and he won't make Superman have a hairy chest. That's all that I'm saying.
Okay. Well, of course, the guy before Cavill was gay too, so that can't be why they... Wasn't he?
Wait, who?
Who are you talking about? You're not talking about Brandon Roth, are you?
Yeah, I thought Brandon Roth was
No,
he's married.
He's very much married to Norah Dark.
Oh. So you can't believe everything you read on the internet. So there you go.
I was going to say, his wife was on Legends. You can't.
I know.
Well, I don't know who you... here's the thing. I don't follow gossip. I don't know these people. I know...
Follow that gossip.
Well, no, because someone had mentioned it to me. It's like, I was like, someone said, he's gay, and there you go. And it's like, oh, okay.
I know the hip language the kids use.
You know, because I don't question it. It's not like it was a concern for me. Yeah.
No, I don't think that America is ready for an out and about and married gay man to play.
That's weird because I thought like after Superman, he actually did a
show that is definitely who I'm gonna campaign for because I just don't think this movie universe is working out.
Yeah. Well, Wonder Woman has another film to do. So.
Well, like I said, I mean, it seems like most of their movies, you know, for the last 40 years have been, you know, Batman, Superman focus. Should they use this to take a break and, like, you know, focus on their other stuff?
Yes. This should be the Aquaman Shazam-averse.
No. I mean, as much as I love Jason Momoa, also not a good pick for Aquaman. That was definitely stunt casting, and I have certain feelings about it. And like I said, the movie is very beautiful on the cinematic and scoring level, but the plot and the acting is just...
Well, like I said, now they're talking about a Supergirl movie too. Now they're talking about now they're talking about a Supergirl movie. You know, do like a reverse Trinity, do like Wonder Woman, Supergirl, and Nightwing or something.
Just stop, DC. Just stop.
I thought you were trying to go like stop.
Nobody wants a Supergirl movie. I didn't even want the Supergirl show. No offense, y'all. Like, nobody asked for that. Nobody wants it.
Yeah.
Give me my Wonder Woman show that got dropped for freaking Arrow. Just saying.
Yeah. I mean,
infinitely more interesting. Just saying.
I know DC likes having multiple versions of its characters out there. I don't get it.
Well, the Flash movie definitely is never going to be superior to the TV show.
Never.
I mean, they literally copied the show, so it's just like, I mean, okay, we have a brunette Flash. Awesome! Brunette Jewish Flash, excuse me. Yeah, that's enough change.
African American Iris. I think they were even talking about having Eobard Thawne, you know, and of course.
Well, that movie has been. Oh, I don't even want to get into the Flash movie. Like, if they put that movie out,
it's basically a copy of the TV show. So it's like, you know, why couldn't? I know you'll be like, oh, Grant's not a movie actor, but why couldn't you have?
There's no such thing as a movie actor or a TV actor to me, especially not in 2018. But he doesn't have the movie star physique. Ezra, now that I think about it.
Yeah,
everything's out of the window and anything's up for grabs.
I mean,
let's just start a petition.
If they're going to copy the TV show, yeah, just bring in the whole cast. Like, you don't think that's going to bring in more audience? You know, all those people who watch it on TV be like, oh, it's going to be on the big screen. And now they have like a movie. They have like movie budget for special effects.
What they need to do is they need to, you know, they should take the Arrowverse and make their movies their annuals. So it's like, come, you know, even you can lead up to the movie with what's going on in the series, and then you do the movie, and then now you have to come back at the end of the season, come to the movie during the summer, see how we resolve this, because when we get back, you ain't gonna know nothing if you didn't see the movie.
Also, people would feel like that's a cheap shot as well, because nobody, you know. I mean, unless you're like a Firefly fan, unless you're a brown coat, nobody is okay with that model, honestly. Especially as expensive as movies can be now.
Unless you just do it as like extra content or something, like you don't have to see it, but
like, let's just be real. None of the Arrowverse. I don't know. I wouldn't pay to see them. I'm just gonna be really honest, brutally honest. As much as I love everybody, I would not pay $12.75 plus concessions because that's where the theater makes its actual money, so I do support them on that with a $10 plushie.
Fight me, nerd.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah, but first off, it's not like they're gonna make movies for all. It's not like it's like, oh, and now here's the Legends of Tomorrow movie. It's like, no,
that's the movie they make though. Like they don't know what their audience likes and wants, and this is why they throw out the stunt casting of Michael B. Jordan as Superman. It's like, have you not read the room about that man?
Well.
Oh, people don't like Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, what's up with Michael B. Jordan?
What do you do? I thought everyone liked him. I don't know.
I mean, I'm still gonna go see Creed 2. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm still gonna go see it, but after that, I'm kind of done.
Okay.
Oh.
You see, this is the thing. It's like they get this gossip out there, and I was like, well, what's the gossip? And
I don't want to get into it because it might be my sour grapes.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, it's just they should read the room better. They just don't, like, DC just doesn't know. It needs another firm restructuring. That's all that I can say about it. Like, behind the scenes is just a complete mess. Executives have too much power and creators have too little. So when you have that kind of dynamic, you're gonna get a crappy universe like that. I definitely think that they can reset with Shazam and Wonder Woman 2, and they really need to think about what they're gonna do next and not rush it.
Yeah.
No offense, though. I don't think we need a Batman or a Nightwing or a Batgirl movie at this point. I think they just need to, like, cool the jets.
First off, one thing, it should never be a fight between your executives and your creatives. You gotta have a relationship. Art of this scale is made by relationships. Where we're gonna say, okay, we're gonna work together and we're gonna find out, because if you let the creative go too crazy, they're gonna do a bad job. If you let the executive go too crazy, they're gonna do a bad job. But when they work together, and, even though I know you don't like the Marvel films, I will say that is what people say is their secret sauce, is that the executives and the creatives actually talk to each other and work together to try and make a better film. Maybe they fail sometimes. Every so often you're going to get an Inhumans in the mix, And
Iron Fist and a couple other things, but we won't go there. But no, at DC, the executives definitely have, and because a lot of them have put more money into it and they feel very, like, it's a whole different system on the WB side than it is, like, at Marvel and Disney. I can say that from personal experience. And I just, like, every time I hear something, I'm like, yeah, I could believe that. I could see that. Kind of like how we were talking about Convergence, and I was so shocked that Fabian had something, like, nice to say about it. I was actually shocked. Troll down for Fabian Nacia interview, where I got basically Charlied.
Oh. he insulted your fan theory, eh?
No. I was really shocked, actually, what he said about Iceman, but it kind of makes sense. But I still love it. I think it's the best verse in Marvel. So, whatever. Anyway. Yeah, it's a whole thing about their structure. I definitely think they need some new blood and some new energy and to rethink what they're doing. I think you should never try to play catch up. It's never a good idea as a business plan.
Yeah. I mean, that's...
So you get what you get, and I'm just holding my breath. I think Shazam's going to be that movie for them, and we'll see how that goes.
I hope so. I really hope Shazam is good. I'm not sold on it.
He can be the new Superman.
He doesn't need to be the new Superman. He needs to be the current Shazam.
Ooh.
He needs to be, and yes, I know he's Captain Marvel.
But Shazam was always gonna...
Well, here's the thing. I think that every so often when you do the juvenile superhero, there's this effort to make him too juvenile. And that's what it's always that worry, as we were talking earlier about how comic books can't draw people that aren't a certain type of person. So, like, you go, like, from a child to... Basically, there's not a middle ground between child and teenage superhero. There's just, Franklin Richards here and Franklin Richards here. And then when you get old, once you're past 40, they draw you like Agatha Harkness. Likewise, I think a lot of times writers don't know how to write a child's mind. And this is actually one of the things I really felt that the Justice League cartoon did well with Shazam, where I really felt you didn't realize he was Billy Batson a kid until it, like, just became obvious. But, like, he just seemed like, kind of a geeky, nerdy guy, like a big guy, but you didn't really see him as a child. Whereas I get the feeling that a lot of Shazam is going to be playing on, basically it's going to be like Big. It's Big with superpowers, and that worries me. Because not for nothing, as much as I love Tom Hanks, Big was not that good of a film as far as how it would portray a teenage boy's understanding of sex and relationships. And it played too much into, he's just a big kid, and how that works out for him. And it's like, but he would actually be a lot more mature as a kid. Unless, he's kind of, special in some way.
I mean, I'm just afraid DC's going to go too far in the opposite direction because people are like, oh, your movies are so dark. Even Deadpool said it. But I'm just afraid they're going to go the complete opposite way and be like, man, we have to be over the top goofy because, everyone complains all of our movies are dark, so dark.
Well, even goofy isn't a problem, especially if it's meant to have comedic qualities. What I want to have I want them to write a believable teen or preteen. I'm not quite sure exactly how old Billy Batson's supposed to be in this. Because they do mess with
It's the answer to it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to make sure that the language sounds real, because it's very hard to write young people dialogue. Not everyone is like me, knowing how.
It's never going to sound real because adults don't know what the heck. Thank you. It's never going to happen. You watch any show that's based about teenagers, that language is, I say with maybe one exception, it's probably Awkward, which used to be on MTV, but I think that's literally the only exception. As somebody that's around a ton of stupid teenagers all the time, I'm like, I don't believe it. Yeah. When I watch teen shows now, it's like,
here's what I'll say: it doesn't have to be perfect,
and they're even hiring teen actors now, which is a shocker.
It shouldn't
be 90210.
It shouldn't be patently awful how bad it is. It's like basically it should be good enough to fool me. It should be good enough to fool me to think that this sounds real, rather than this is someone trying to talk like how the hip young kids today talk.
I know the hip language the kids use
which
these
I
days.
Nobody.
Yeah, man.
That guy shouldn't write teenage dialogue.
Yeah, middle-aged writers. As long as you can fool the middle-aged audience, you're good.
Well, yeah. I mean, absolutely. That is literally what they have to do.
Nobody should be on Tumblr. I'm just saying that is some scary mess.
I don't know how we got to Tumblr, but okay.
It always comes back to Tumblr and fandom. Don't you know that? Tumblr and Reddit. That's where it always comes back to.
Millennials.
FYI.
Millennials. Anyway. But we were talking about DC. Did you see?
Because Twitter is dead.
Twitter's the devil. Anyway, but yeah, we're talking about DC. Did you see we got more casting for that crossover?
Pete?
Casting for the CW crossover?
Yeah.
We got Lois Lane.
Yeah,
Was it Elizabeth Tulloch from Grimm? I'm not familiar with her.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Do you guys know who Lois Lane is? I watched Grimm, so I knew who Bitsy was.
Mm-mm.
Oh, you mean the actress? Okay.
You call her Bitsy. She's from Grimm.
I know who Lois Lane is. She's a character from the Superman stories.
She's Juliet.
Yeah. And is this going to be like a Mr. Freeze story? Because I see they cast his wife. Hello?
Yeah, I'm trying. So this is the crossover for the Arrowverse. And they're introducing the Lois Lane. Now, is this a Lois Lane from the Supergirl universe? Or is this a Lois Lane from the Arrowverse, which doesn't have a Superman?
It's Earth 38, let's just be real.
It's from the Supergirl, yeah, because they said she's coming with Superman, because that Superman's coming back, so.
And we got Norah Freeze as one of the villains. Like, she's going to be the villain Norah Freeze, not the sad wife.
That's what I was gonna say. Are they doing Mr. Freeze, or is it just gonna be
Mr. Freeze?
Wait, but I feel like they're from Gotham, or is it okay?
No.
Oh,
okay.
So Batwoman is gonna be like Supergirl, where I think all her villains are gonna be the female version. I think that Norah Freeze is for the setup for Batwoman, the Batwoman show.
Yeah. Oh no, Charlie, you didn't hear who's playing Norah
Freeze?
Which
is okay. I'm just gonna take a breath. That's fine.
Okay, who is playing Norah Freeze?
Cassandra Jean Amell, wife of Stephen Amell.
Oh, okay. Well, so hopefully that's not how she got the job. Hopefully she is a fine actress in her own right, deserving. Like so many actresses who are related and actors who are related to other people. Sometimes people think that's where they get the job, but no. Maybe she just was the best artist for the job. Maybe he opened a door, but she walked through it.
Well, like we said, Brandon had got his wife a gig, I'm sure. Although she's an actress in her own right for sure. She's been on Dexter, she's been on a lot of things. I actually was like, how did they get her? And then I was like, oh, where's the Mosh drop?
Got it.
I got you.
There you go. So that's cool. So she's the villain, I guess, and I guess is this like where her husband is frozen and
Google,
you're so annoying today.
That's
Google being so annoying today. I'm just gonna throttle him.
Lilith is more. No, Lilith. Yeah. She said Google.
I don't know. That crossover just seems.
See, she's crazy.
Oh, okay.
Like Norah.
I didn't know. I never know whose side the freezing is on. Is it me and you guys are?
I can see her freezing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So at least it's not just me. But so
I tried
now,
to stay
do we
still when
know-
it gets glitchy on the inside. So just
Is the Batwoman in the Supergirl universe? Is she a Batwoman from the Arrowverse? Is she a Batwoman from a Batwomaniverse? Is she maybe from the Black Lightningiverse?
I don't know. I don't think they've specified yet, right, Lil? Where Batwoman's from? As she freezes again.
we don't know yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. All things in time. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. Here's what I'll say about the crossovers. I think the first time you do a crossover, it's really cool. But I think the more you do crossovers, the less special they become. That's my theory. That, you know, one thing I like is the idea that the Earth is always in peril, and that's why other heroes don't show up.
We should have mini crossover, not a big one. Like I like seeing like Caitlin and Cisco on Arrow. I like seeing Felicity on Flash, things like that. I love the first crossover with Supergirl and the Flash when she was on the CBS, so it could be like both ways.
Yeah, no, but that's great. And actually,
the big crossovers.
Honestly, the Flash shouldn't
What's
show up.
next?
You know, here's what I'll say: is like when you do a crossover, it's much better when the guy just shows up for coffee, not we have a big fight to fight. Just say, you know, we're work pals and we show up at each other's houses every so often, you know. But what I said, like my favorite thing about the last season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was they showed that, this is why Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. wasn't in Infinity War, because they actually had a bigger problem than Thanos to fight, because the entire Earth got destroyed in another universe. Yeah, and defeated Thanos. Like, that's the thing, is like, there's an entire other universe where Thanos is like, ha ha ha, wait, why is everything exploding? And just dies. You know, never gets to snap his fingers, because Graviton blew up the Earth. And it was like, well, I guess I can't do much there now, can I?
Yeah. But I mean, is the whole thing with the crossovers just, you know, because of scheduling? It's like, okay, we can do one big one, but, you know, we can't be like jumping in and out of people's shows every couple episodes.
Why not they shoot all these things on the same, like, lot in Vancouver or something? I don't think they're like, I mean, they probably have a production schedule that's relatively close together.
Yeah, but are you killing the momentum on the storylines and stuff, though, too?
No, because like I said, if it's just the Flash showing up for coffee, it doesn't really have to be a big deal.
Yeah, true.
You know, even if it's just like, hey, yeah, and here's just that reminder, we're a connected universe. Like, you know, like in Central City today, the Flash did this, and, you know, on the news in the background. You don't have to have it be a big deal. And when you make it a big deal, I kind of feel like the more times you do it, the less special it becomes.
Yeah, I hope this is the last crossover for a while. I mean, they already don't have Legends in it. They're setting up another. It's just a big backdoor pilot. So
yeah,
I already feel a certain way about it. Nobody needs a Batwoman TV show. I'm just saying, fight me, nerds. I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fight me, nerd.
But you see, but that's the thing. Like, so if you're gonna do a backdoor pilot, you should really focus on what one show to be your lead-in for that.
You shouldn't use 4 shows, 4 hours to do it.
Exactly. It's like, okay, we want to do a Batwoman show. Okay,
Yeah,
is she in the Supergirl universe or the Arrowverse? She's in this, you know, or, you know, whatever universe she's in, do the crossover.
well, they want
Have it come through.
well, they want the attention because I mean the crossover is always like their best ratings for the year, right?
Yeah, but I guess the only obvious
Without
thing
Legends,
is
we'll see how that does, though. Like everybody wants to see Legends interact with certain people. Like everybody wants to see Sarah interact with, you know, Black Siren. Everybody wants to see Sarah interact with Oliver. Everybody wants to see Oliver interact with Kara, and it's stuff like that. And they just don't do it. There's these weird missed opportunities. It's like you do it for the fans, but you don't do it for the.
Well, let's be honest. Everyone wanted to see everyone interact with Constantine.
Oh, did we lose Phil?
No, I'm here.
No, we lost you, or your image went out. But
No. Okay.
anyway, you know, but see, I think that's.
I'm only happy about Legends and Black Lightning. I'll just place you that way.
You know, I thought you were psyched for Arrow for your prison shower scenes.
Oh.
You know, maybe Lilith has started to mature beyond just needing naked wet men. Maybe she says,
They
"I
don't have
want
the
to
money
know."
for their costumes. At the end of the day, that's what happened. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna do this Batwoman show, so we're gonna shaft a lot of these people." Which I think it should only be team leaders, personally, because I don't need all the sidekicks and Felicity tagging along anyway.
Fight
Fair
me,
enough.
nerd.
You know, I don't know. I just like I said, it just seems.
I mean, maybe. I mean,
if they want to do a Batwoman series, they should do a Batwoman series. First, and that's the thing is like, does Batwoman need to have this big hype? She's a Bat character, you know. And it's like tied into Gotham. You want to do a tie-in? That's your backdoor pilot. Batwoman on Gotham.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Lilith. They might be doing your idea because without Legends, I mean, they might just focus on Flash, Arrow, and Supergirl during the crossover. I mean, some of those other characters might be there, but not as big as they've been other years. Can anyone hear me?
No, I can hear you. We just said nothing else to add. Well, I can hear you anyway. I don't know. I mean, you know, I think the problem with DC is that they, you know, here's what I'll say. Marvel at least always had the...
Damn gamers streaming it this early hour on freaking the Google servers.
Get off Hangouts, you kids!
But, you know, I kind of feel like, you know, Marvel had that advantage that you always knew why characters weren't there. Because we all knew there was legal issues, and that's why you can't have this character in this thing and this and that. And with DC, it's just like, it's like they're actively making the choice to hobble their storytelling all the time. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like they're making that choice. Okay, we have these characters, but we're not going to let those characters be in this show. You know, we have these things, but we're not going to actually cross that. Or when we do cross it, then we'll get in trouble for that because we'll do it poorly. And it just seems like, I think that's one of the reasons DC gets so much flack is because DC doesn't have to doesn't have to build stuff. DC has an entire universe they could be playing with, and then they don't. And I just feel like you're always going to be disappointed by DC because DC doesn't
actually, they do still have to like reach around stuff, but it's all self-imposed stupid.
Well, exactly. Yeah. I mean, and Marvel says, you know, we don't want to reveal that character in this.
Anyway, let's talk. Anything else you want to talk about?
Now,
I'm just happy.
Why don't we just get the comics?
Let's get the comics.
I think that's the problem.
Whatever you said.
Yeah.
Comic books?
Yes, let's get the comics.
That's what he just said, yes.
Sorry.
Comic books, yes. I read 2.
Oh, yeah, he read Domino.
I read Domino.
4.
Yes. I didn't get through the Exiles yet.
So, what do you want to talk about? Which book?
Well, you guys can talk about books that I haven't read. That's fine.
Yeah, you want to start with Fantastic Four?
We already kind of talked about Superconnected.
Can I just talk about a book I know nobody else read but me?
Sure,
yeah,
go ahead.
What was that?
Oh, I was going to say Vampironica 3 is the best comic book I read all week. So.
Oh, Vampironica!
Yeah, number 3 is out, Charlie.
If I had gone to the comic book store, I probably would have picked it up.
Oh my god, the art is just like so awesome in this one. It just pops for some reason. And the story's starting to really ramp up.
Okay.
So yeah, I want to highly recommend that, guys. So if you can, pick it up. And there's also some weird Archie 1941 that came out that I haven't read yet, but I totally should because it was free. But free for me, so I should definitely read that, and I'll get it next week.
Yeah, I was actually interested in that 1940s flashback Archie.
Yeah, me too. Didn't have time.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see how much it's similar to the actual Archies that were around in the 50s and 40s and whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was when they actually had their older.
Fantastic Four number 2 was really good. I don't want to like really spoil it for you, Charlie, but
He read it. He read it.
Yeah, I read it. Yeah. I was disappointed by the main villain in it.
Fantastic Four number 2. Oh, you did? Okay, I thought you said you didn't. Okay. Yeah.
No, I did.
No, I like this infinitely more.
Than the first one? Yeah.
I didn't really like the villain. I thought the villain, I don't know, she's not an esoteric concept like Oblivion or Eternity or Death. She really just seems like kind of a being who just said, I'm going to call myself the thing that destroys stuff. And it's like, not like, she doesn't seem to have a purpose for it. She just, honestly, she seems like a Doc Venture kind of villain. Where just, I got a bunch of tech, and I'm going to fashion myself a costume. I'm going to arch a hero. And it's like, okay, you know, her motivation seems weak, but she's powerful and she's a threat. But then she immediately gets fooled by Reed Richards. Like I said, she kind of strikes me as a Doc Venture villain. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and then we talked about people aging and other people not aging. And...
Yeah. So what did you think, Lilith? Did you like the villain?
3, 2, 1. Lilith, did you like the villain? Lilith?
It was definitely the weakest part of the book, but I feel like it was one of those necessary plot point is convenient kind of things to help with the dynamics of the characters.
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely. I guess my thing is, okay, so...
No, I didn't, but I thought it was necessary.
Yeah. I guess
to help with the dynamics of what they were trying to tell in the story.
Yeah. What disappointed
sometimes you
me
just have to
about,
write it like that.
Mm-hmm. What disappointed me about the villain was, like, she comes off at the start and she seems like she's supposed to be an esoteric concept villain, like death, like oblivion, like, despair. And then as the story progresses, you realize, oh, you're just a second-rate Doctor Doom. You really aren't. No one has put you in charge of watching the heat death of the universe. You just sort of took this job on for yourself and are now mad because people are creating new universes. And not for nothing, just the fact that she's like waiting for Franklin to stop making universes is kind of a reveal that she's really not. She's that Twilight Zone where there's the giant alien and the guy shoots him at the end and he deflates. And it was just like, they just created an inflatable giant alien to scare people. They were actually very tiny aliens. It was good. It was a good episode. But it kind of feels like that. Like this character's coming in, and like by the end of it, we're gonna be like, oh, you were just kind of a sad little villain at the end of the day. You had power and you defeated Franklin Richards, whose power set has never been really clearly explained. You're more powerful than the Hulk. Read Franklin Richards? Sure. They're still amazingly powerful. But of course, that goes to the idea that all of Franklin's powers, it's just he believes he has powers, and that's why he has powers.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
You have to keep on telling him how powerful he is.
That was so weird. It's like, you could still do anything, but you can't create universes, but you still do anything else. It's like, okay. Seems kind of specific.
Well, because his powers are all psychological. Honestly, when he meets Gwenpool, it's going to get crazy. Because she's going to explain to him, well, no, because your powers are just based on whatever you think you can do. And Gwenpool might even go into, like, really all of the Fantastic Four, their powers are completely psychological. That's why Ben Grimm can't become the Thing and Ben Grimm whenever he wants to, because he's got a psychological block, Which is what I want to find out what they're going to do with that, with the wedding, if that's going to be like when he gets to be human for 24 hours, if he's going to be human again for 24 hours for that.
Oh, yeah.
Which I still say that was just the Future Foundation sort of basically giving him a Dumbo feather because they knew that he was always good. Yeah, they knew that he would always fight be turning back into Ben Grimm, and he would never stay Ben Grimm. But if they gave him limitations to it and told him this is how the power works, he would allow himself to transform.
Yes,
it's a Dumbo feather, man. You remember Dumbo? That's coming out.
Yeah. Lilith.
They're getting a live action movie. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Tim Burton is directing that. Do I remember that right?
Yep. Tim Burton is directing, and it looks cool. It's not nearly as nightmare fuely as I thought it might be, with CGI elephants. Showbiz.
Hey Lilith, did you read Detective 988 after I told you to?
I did.
What did you think?
I mean, it's better than what it's been, but it's too little too late. I'm just on the countdown to 1,000 to be done with DC. At this point, there's nothing they can do to reel me in. I mean, it actually was kind of Valiant and Dark Horse and everybody else is just getting my money at this point. So,
it was kind of it was like a detective story, and they actually did deal with that wedding fallout. Like, he's not all Batman. He actually is human, and he can get depressed. And I don't know. I thought it was a decent book.
It's nice that he's a detective again, considering that it's Detective Comics and he doesn't have his head up his butt. That's nice. But can we keep that trend? I don't know. That's the problem they seem to have with this book specifically.
And what about, did you read Red Hood the Outlaw?
The art was great. The coloring and the shading, it really set the mood.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes. Detective, oh yeah. Art was great. What about Red Hood? Lilith?
Yes!
Sorry, people. Technical difficulties.
There's a delay.
Yes. So what did you think of Red Hood, Lilith?
I loved it. Are you kidding me? Like, that's the book that they should, like, really be pumping out, but they're not.
Yeah.
Especially with like Titans and all that stuff. I mean, this is definitely the book that they should like kind of like, maybe you like? Especially with the Jason Todd stuff that they're getting ready to do. So.
Oh yeah, Jason Todd's going to show up on Titans, and especially if you like F Batman, I mean, you like.
That's what most people aren't reading. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, if you like F Batman, you like Red Hood.
Yeah. F Batman. Even Lois says that. Just counting down to 1,000.
That should actually I'm going to get a shirt this is.
What, F Batman?
No, count down to 1,000.
Oh, enough about your dating life.
I'll be back in like 5 years. There should be another refresh by then.
For dating or for? It's with the delay, because Phil will say something and Lilith will respond to it, but and then it's like so it says, don't talk about your dating life, and then you said I'm done until 5 years for another year. Okay, she's done dating. I was gonna say, did she find someone, or is it just no? It just wasn't anything good. It's like Batman.
Anyway, Domino number 6.
Yeah.
Yay! I like this one a lot. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna say Domino I liked better than Fantastic Four, because Domino, I liked the villains. I felt the Fantastic Four's villain was too weak, and I think that the villains in this one came out good. And did I lose everybody?
No, I'm here. I'm just trying to speed up the feed. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. Picture 2, I guess. And maybe we can see Lilith. There we go.
That's all we need to see.
Yes. But Lilith, can you hear us?
Can you hear me now?
Is it better? Yeah. No, she's still delayed.
I guess not.
Oh, okay. Well, she'll join us in about a few seconds.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I can hear you. Hold on.
Yeah. It's the delay. It's like a grenade.
I don't know if that worked or not for you guys.
Yes. Anyway. Okay. Yes.
Should we just call it a day?
Well, Lilith, what did you think of Domino's end of the arc? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Why are we counting?
We're waiting for the delay.
We're waiting for you to say what you thought of the end of this arc of Domino.
Oh, okay. I enjoyed it a lot. I love the bond that the girls have now. Like that scare, that near death, I almost lost you kind of thing. It's a little cliche, but Gil makes it work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you know what I actually liked about that was that it wasn't a end of the scene thing where, no, actually she did live. It was like, no, we as the audience got to know that actually they were avoiding the death the whole time. It's just Domino who didn't know. So she didn't like wait for that last minute reveal. We got that reveal early so that it felt less cliche, I felt. And that's one of the many things I liked about it. Like I said, I really think that Gale in the Domino story is telling a much more rounded tale and a much stronger tale. Whereas, like I said, I felt in the Fantastic Four thing where it just felt like it was a convenient villain. We need a world ender. There we go. And rather than just using any of another world enders that we know, let's just create a brand new world ender for this fight, because we're gonna have her warp our heroes, but then we're gonna have to warp her at the end anyway. So, because we got Wolverine
coming back.
I know. No, the annual though we're so hyped for. Like, I can't wait for that Cable story. Fabian really hyped me on it. So.
Is this the young Cable or the old Cable or?
Yeah, it's a flashback, so it's old Cable.
Oh, okay. So I know we're getting a young Cable, which makes sense because we have young Kang out there. I mean, obviously, Time Travelers is going to be one universe where that Time Traveler is younger, and then we get to see them then, and then we have that whole interaction.
Well, he showed up in the first issue of Extermination and killed old Cable. So.
Yeah. Oh. Which you called? We saw it coming.
Now we're getting young Cable and X-Force.
So. Wait, young Cable killed old Cable?
Yeah.
That's odd. Of course, that's just one of a million different Cables, because they're
Looper.
Because obviously dead Cable a few weeks ago. You know, so. Cables, they die.
This movie's the rip-off.
That's true. Oh, speaking of time travel, did anyone holding up the camera? Did anyone read Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man 309?
Sorry, you're all by yourself on that one.
Nope. Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's the second part. It's Spider-Man and Sandman versus Sandman's like really evil, old, like future self. I mean, future, like Sandman's body's died and he's existed for sand as sand for like another 4 billion years or something.
Okay, so like he doesn't have a humanoid body to become anymore. It's just all sand now.
And he's lived for like 4 billion years, so he's gone like nuts and like evil.
Yeah.
Oh.
Death is not a bug; it's a feature.
Especially in this universe. Did anybody read Iceman #1?
Nope. Did you?
Was it good?
Oh, well, it's got Bishop in it. The only reason why I picked it up. It's pretty decent.
Did they do right by Bishop?
Oh no! Don't tell me on a delay.
Oh, we're back to delaying.
No. Yeah, I picked it up for Bishop.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I think we should probably wrap it up because the internet is not being our friend today.
Damn it.
You mean old internet. Unless you guys got something else you want to talk about.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I just gotta do plugs, but like I was getting messages from our founder, Robert Southgate. Everyone, Southgate Media Group needs your support, supporting these marathons coming up, the Women in Podcasting, and what is it? The other, just this, let me pull this up here. Sorry, Rob, I'm not doing a good job here. We got a podcast marathon and the Women in Podcasting Festival coming up. So if you want to contribute, the easiest way is to go to southgatemediagroup.com. There will be links there. Rob promised, so.
Yay! Link on back.
That's right. Tell them the Capes and Lunatics sent you. Anyway.
And we have one of our own women in podcasting here.
That's right. The most dangerous woman in podcasting, Lilith Hellfire. Where can people fight you?
If you nerds want to fight me, at Lilith Hellfire. If you want to talk Smallville, Superman, or you just like swearing, at Save Me Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Instagram.
She sounds so defeated.
And write to me in an old-fashioned email way the way our moms and paws once did. At superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, at gmail.com. Of course, follow me on Twitter as I live tweet Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Gotham, Black Lightning maybe, why not? Who knows? At Charlie Esser, that's CharlieEsser. With the 2 E's in the middle for quality. Bing! There we go. Sorry, did you? Bing! That's the guy. Buzz!
And if you want to send us your thoughts on anything, for what you could understand this week, email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. We're on Facebook, Twitter @CapesLunatics. We're on Instagram, Capes and Lunatics. And the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-Capes. All right. So are we out of here?
Possibly.
All right, let's see how this runs. For another week, we have been the Capes.
Ampersand!
The Lunatics.
There it is.
I'm going to write a strongly worded email to Google.
Yes. And they will say, we have lost Phil, and we have lost the internet.
That's right.
You lose Phil, you lose the internet. Everyone knows that.
Right to YouTube. Half of YouTube is us.
Oh.
Everyone go home and reboot your rock.
Days like this, I miss Skype.
Skype is the devil.
They actually are.